Hey everybody, happy Friday. Doreen at Door Designs. Hope you guys are all having a great day. On today's tutorial, we're going to be doing a little, kind of just a fun little Halloween centerpiece. So on this design, we're going to use this wired, container. I got it at, I think, Dollar Tree. No, that's not right. I think I got it at Dollar General last year. So we're going to kind of just fill the top. We're going to be using this attachment in it, and it's a handmade little candy cane. It's got a cardboard, kind of a foam make to it. I got this at Jackie's Wreaths and Things, I think 2 or 3 years ago. I bought several from her, and when I was cleaning some stuff out, I came across this last one. So I thought, perfect time of the year to be doing a candy corn. So what we're going to do first, we are going to put some moss, and we're going to kind of fill it up since it's going to be all open, and I'm going to use my floral foam. I don't want my floral foam showing, so let's go ahead and kind of put some of this in. And this is messy. It comes in a big bag. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I use this color, and then I use the green. So let's put that all nice and full down in there. And then I went ahead and cut a piece of my floral foam, and I'm going to use it, leave it nice and thick, because I want it to come up a little bit higher. And I'll probably put a little bit of foam back there on top. Let me get my floral pins real quick. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of my floral pins and hot glue the base of this. So here's what your floral pin looks like. You can get those just about anywhere. Now when I get done with the design, you won't see these pins. I'm just going to take it right up through each of the little posts. We'll just do probably 4 or so. Let's see if that holds it there. I'm going to hold it nice and flat. Let's turn it around. And I'm using hot glue from my electric skillet. I use Gorilla glue sticks, and I keep it about 325 to 350. Just kind of depends how full I have it. So I think these should all hold. And I'm going to put a little bit more of my moss right here on top. And I'm going to just use a couple more pins to secure it. You don't ever want to put a lot of glue just on top or the sides if you're going to be sticking different picks into it. Because once you do and that glue dries, it's really tough to get it to go through. I'm going to be sweeping the old studio when I get done. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to stick this down inside there. And once I get done, if you can see a little bit of the foam on the sides, what I'll do is I'll just go through and stick some moss in there. I see one spot though that I think will show. So I'm just going to kind of push that through the container. And that's one good thing about the floral foam. It's kind of soft, so you can kind of maneuver it. Okay, so we've got our moss in that looks kind of crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I got to fill this in over here a little bit. Okay, now, where's my scissors? I'm going to give this side a little haircut. Okay, now we should be pretty good. Let me just brush off my tray thing real quick, my turntable here. Okay. Now we get to the design. It's going to make me sneeze. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a skewer that you can buy at any grocery store, and I'm just going to see if I can poke a hole, and I can. So I'm going to go right up the middle here. I'm going to take my skewer. I'm going to use the pointed end with a little bit of glue on the end, and we're just going to stick that right down there. And I'm going to hold that just for a minute or two so it can dry. And then this is going to go right in the center of our base. So I'll stick my other end here that I cut down on my hot glue. And we're just going to stick that right down the middle. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to start filling in and making this nice and full. So I'm going to start with, and it's going to be kind of different. I'm not going to use a ton of Halloween things. I'm going to be using just different fall picks with some leaves and some different florals. I know this is a candy corn, but I want to kind of make it into a fall Halloween kind of centerpiece. So let's go ahead and let's see what all I have here. I think I'm going to start with this bush right here, and you can get this at Hobby Lobby. I don't have a number on it, but anyway, I like it because it's got the orange with the green at the end. So we're just going to start sticking these in on the side. So let me go ahead and just cut several of these pieces. Now some of these are a little long, so I may cut some of these back just a little bit. And I'm going to put some up a little bit higher and then some down a little lower. And these small pieces that I'm going to cut, we're just going to kind of put those up here at the top. So basically all we're going to do is just kind of fill in around it. I'm going to bend some of these a little bit. So all I'm doing, guys, is going around it. But I have to turn up my ways a little bit because I can't see. We're going to put a little bow on the front. Oh yeah, I need to leave a little room for the bow. I'm going to move this one over a little bit. I'm not turning my turntable. This is so light, it's almost easier. And sometimes it kind of squeaks a little bit, which I know can be annoying. Okay, I'm going to put a few on the back. This design would definitely be a design that you'd probably put in a corner or something, unless you want to take it clear up high because of the background. But I'm mainly going to focus on the bottom part of it. Okay, so you kind of see the back. Looks kind of crazy. Let's bend this one a little bit. Okay, I've got one more piece cut, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. There we go. And now we're going to add, I think I'm going to do maybe some pieces of leaves in it. Like I said, I wanted to kind of have a fall feel to it. So let's just see what that looks like. We're going to go with some of those. So since we're kind of putting some fall leaves and stuff in it, I would display this now all the way through, and I'm not even sure I take it down after Halloween. I might keep it up until more like Thanksgiving. These leaves also came from Hobby Lobby. It was a big stem, so I've used it in several designs. Okay, so we're just kind of filling in, taking a little bit up the back. Okay, so we took some leaves up and we took some kind of draping down. So see how it's kind of softening the base? Okay, I know on the camera it looks like this is coming way down, but actually it's not once you see the stand. Okay, so we'll move that over. Oops. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and make a small bow and just kind of fill in our corner here and see how much we have left. So I'm going to use a candy corn ribbon, the Harlequin black and white for the top, and then a solid orange that's got a little bit of a sheen to it. So we're not going to need a big bow. Actually, for the Harlequin, I'm not even sure I'm going to do a loop. I might just make some tails here. Whoops, didn't go all the way through. Okay, so I just took and cut 2 tails of the Harlequin. And then I'm going to do a little candy corn. The Harlequin ribbon came from, I don't think it was Craft Outlet. I got to think for a minute where it came from. The candy corn came from, I know, Craft Outlet. So I'm just going to make a loop and do another loop coming straight up. And then I'm going to do a solid orange. And I think I got this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I'm just doing 2 loops of each color. And then I'm going to do my top loop, or my little finish of it, out of the candy corn. And I'm going to zip tie it and then use a floral pin to stick it down in my design. So let me grab a zip tie real quick because I forgot. You could use a pipe cleaner if you wanted, wire. My go-to is zip ties. And we're going to pull that nice and tight and get my wire cutters and trim that off. Okay, let's cut down our tails a little bit. And dovetail our ends. The top ones may be a little too long still, so we'll see. Okay, let's take our design here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now that I have my bow made, I'm going to take a floral pin, and I'm actually just going to stick it right in between the center, and I'll show you here in a second when I feed it through. So I fed it through right through the center of my loop, and it's going to be sticking out, and that's what I'm going to stick down in the foam here. So I'm just going to stick that in my hot glue very carefully. I want that to come over just a little bit further. I may have to put a little more glue on it because I moved it. But I'm going to stick that in there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second floral pin and I'm going to stick it through a ribbon. It's going to be up close to where my zip tie is, but it's going to be underneath. So it'll just give it a little added, let me turn my ribbon right, just a little bit of added hold to it. I'm going to stick that right through the ribbon and down into the foam. Okay, so now let's kind of arrange our ribbons here. And I missed one. Okay, we got our bow. See how the black and white harlequin really kind of brings out from all of the orange and the fall colors and ties in the top of the candy corn? So now we're going to just keep filling in some more and adding some lighter colors. So I'm going to go with this stem. And I think I got this at Michael's. I did. It came from Michael's. It's hard to keep track of where everything comes from when you buy so much. Okay, so now I'm just adding in some different texture into the design. So see how you can see the lighter color? It's not a leaf. So let's cut up some more. I forgot to mention the floral pins you can buy anywhere. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up close. See how it brings out just a different color, a different dimension to it, just kind of another added layer. You could use any kind of fillers you want. You could make this really into a big Halloween one if you wanted to do all Halloween. Whoops. The floral foam also, I like using it on designs that I know that are going to be indoor. I wouldn't use this on an outdoor design, but your stems go in so much easier when you use the floral foam. Just a couple more pieces of this. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, nice and full. Okay, I'm gonna add some little, just a couple of pieces of these black and orange berries. And I think I'm going to put them more towards the back and bring them around front. Okay, now I kind of want to move them around because I don't want them all just going straight. We want to kind of move them to bring them to life a little bit here. Okay, there's one. This also kind of helps cover up some of the back too. And I'm going to add one more. I'm going to do 3. So it's bringing some more texture around the front, or from the back and the front. Whoops, that one's not glued in tight enough. There we go. Okay, I'm adding some of this bush that's just got the little bitty bright yellow and bright orange berries on the end. But I'm taking off all of the greenery on them. So it's just adding a little bit of color. So you can kind of see where it's bringing out a little bit of brightness. I'm going to put a couple of pieces in the back just to kind of help cover up some more of the white on the back of our sign, or our attachment, actually, not really a sign. And like I said, you do not have to make yours this full. Just a couple more pieces. I'm working on my front porch this weekend. I don't have the front of my house done. I'm running kind of behind. I've got my house pretty well done, but not the outside. Okay, so now I'm just kind of going around and looking to see what holes I have. So nice and full. Okay, I have these fun, whimsical balls that match. So I'm just going to see if I like them in there or not. I know some of you are telling me in your mind, to the camera, don't, but you won't know till you try. It's awfully cute. Okay, I'm going to cut 3 of them and see how they look. Okay, I am going to put them in, and then I'll turn it around here in just a second. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the end of each one of these, since they're so curled. That way they'll go straight into my design. So this is my pick machine, which you guys have heard me talk about forever. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. I saw 2 the other day. And if you do a lot of florals, I would highly recommend you get one. It is an investment, but like I said, if you do a lot of florals, it makes designing so much easier and so much faster. There we go. I didn't get that all the way through there. And then the black one. We are just about done. These little, this little pick came from Craft Outlet. Okay, look how cute those look in the design. So we have one right here, we have one up there, and the last one is right up here, if you can see it. Now I've got 2 left, so I'm going to go ahead and just put those on the back side. And I've got 2 spots that I really needed something to go into, so these will be perfect. There's one, and then we'll put the last one in, and then we'll be done, guys. Okay, let me clear some of the stuff away here, and let's see where we're at. Oh, this thing is heavy. Okay, so let me take a look at everything really quick. I can already see a hole right here in front. And like I said, I always walk away from my designs and come back and look at them again, because I guarantee you I will find a place that I've missed every time. And I did a video, this one's too long. I did a video, I think it was last year at Christmas, and it was a centerpiece or a candlestick. And in my design, I had ran out of some of the greenery, so I left it blank and said I'd come back. I was going to come back and fill it. And you cannot believe how many people have put comments that I needed to finish out and put the greenery all the way around. Oops, that one is done. Which every time I read it, I laugh. Because they must have missed the part in the tutorial where I said I would be filling it in afterwards. And it sold, and it was nice and pretty and full when I shipped it. But I never ship anything or without coming back and looking at the design. Okay, let me kind of go around here. Okay, guys, I think we're done. Nice and full, and see, it's a design that you could set out now and leave out clear through November until you do Christmas. So I'm just going to recap real fast. The container or the base came from Dollar General last year. The candy corn came from Jackie's Recent Things. And then all the different picks came from either Hobby Lobby or Craft Outlet. And the little balls here, this pick, also came from Craft Outlet. And we made it nice and full. So yes, you could put this in the middle of a table, and I don't think it would look bad at all, even though you can see some of the white. It's been trimmed off really nice and pretty. But here is the centerpiece. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great weekend, and I will be back next week with more tutorials. I've got to have a few more days open next week than I did this past week. So enjoy your weekend and get ready for fall. Take care. Bye-bye.